Okay, so tell them about your business and maybe some challenges or something.
Hi, my name is Gary. I own a business in embroidery. Alright. The challenges that I face, right, only is I operate so-called as a one-man show. Alright, I got five workers. Okay, all the workers are mainly operators who operate all the machine itself. So, as a boss itself, right, I need to get more sales. I do the sales. I do the dedication of the operation. I sometimes even do some delivery to some of the higher end clients. Okay, basically I do almost everything. So by doing that, I really mess up myself. All right, and I'm able to generate more revenue into the company, and every month the monthly sales is very stagnant. The revenue is stagnant. Sorry. Okay, the business is picking up. Okay, it's picking up and it's growing, but the revenue is stagnant because I need to purchase in more machines and hire more workers just in order to keep up with the production. So all the costs increase.
Okay, so how are you promoting your business? How are you promoting your business?
Basically, I do not do any promotion at all. Right, I'm very fortunate, okay, to have a recommendation by word of mouth from all my clients. Based from word of mouth, I get all the businesses coming in from there, and also true from my retail itself. I got a retail that generate higher revenue.
So what do you mean retail? Can you explain retail a bit more?
Retail is in those end users, walk-in customers. Because I retail itself, I can charge a higher premium to the end users, when as well for those agents who got their own contacts of their own clients, they come to me to do out the logos embroidery. I need to give them a slightly cheaper price compared to the end users.
So you have distributors that promote on your behalf, is that right?
Yes, I have distributors on getting customers for me, but I do not do any promotion at all or go and find distributors to come to me. They basically through a word of mouth, they slowly come to my company to do out all the service.
Oh, okay. So what's happening is Gary has obviously a very good business because he gets many work recommendations, a lot of referrals. So and what's going to happen is when you do your own business, right, you're going to do everything yourself, right? When you start, right? So he's got a very common challenge, like I do everything myself. So how can I grow a business when I'm so tight with my work, right? Plus I've covered the operating overheads and stuff like that. Okay, so the first thing that is good is you actually realize the problem. The problem is he needs to bring in more sales.
Yeah, correct.
Right, bring more sales. So what he needs to do is you need to firstly design an org chart. You need to have an org chart. You need to know who are the people you need in the organization, right? Okay, based on the org chart, then you will clearly know who can you hire eventually to replace you for all the different roles you're doing. So that's the first understanding, where I'm heading to, right? So once you have the org chart, the next thing is he needs to know which profile of customer bring the most money. So probably the walk-ins, right? The walk-ins, right? So where's the retail located at?
My retail is located at this Golden Mile Food Center. It's at this Beach Road itself, whereby it service it's a so-called army market, whereby a lot of servicemen or corporate, because Beach Road itself is surrounded by a lot of corporate companies. So a lot of corporates will come over to do up some have the lunch. They go up to the second level to walk around and do up all their buy those things that they require.
So he needs to. So the good thing is now he knows his area. There are companies, right? So he needs to market to those companies, right? So he would then, create a package and market more aggressively to them. Secondly, obviously you launch a website, and then you get inquiries through the internet. So the online space would be getting for you inquiries, right? So that would be like Kendrick, saying every month you get maybe like 40 new inquiries. That'd be nice, right? So that would firstly automate the inquiries part, right? So next is market where you are now, market more aggressively. And the third part is you must also, if you're very strapped, right, in terms of resources, right, what you could do is on the third day, we also share about how can you build online team. So the online team could be used to execute some parts of your elements, right, like marketing or even operations, some administrative stuff, they could do it. So you need to then build an online team that will support you for some tasks until you have enough to hire a marketing or sales person to come in. So it's a kind of a step-by-step here, right? The first is know where you want to be. The next is where am I making money from? How can I amplify the income generated now? So you amplify what you have now, right? You don't abandon it, right? You simply, these people are coming here, and without any marketing, they already come. So imagine if you market more aggressively, you give them more packages, you get more money, right? That could be already 10%, right, in revenue, right? Plus, you launch a website and you found people find you through the internet, and you will get an influx of inquiries, right? So the second. Third is, once you know, eventually any business owner, you have to let go of everything. Your key focus is marketing and sales. Anything else you should delegate to people. So you will then see how can you get an online team to replace as many parts of what I'm doing now. Temporarily until you have enough money to hire myself. So it's a step-by-step phase, right, of letting go of tasks. But you need to know where the end goal is. Okay? When you hire somebody for any roles, right, when you free up more time, your goal is to work on more value-added services or value-added tasks. Clear? You don't hire an online person and then you go on holiday, right? That will defeat the purpose, right? Okay, so you hire with the intention to create more value-added. So even so, right, sometimes if you hire a competent salesperson, right, sometimes you might make even more money for a company. But you never know, right? Because what if, for instance, in Malaysia, in my inner circle program, right, this guy, he is selling like electrical products, and his gripe is very similar. His gripe is, I'm so busy, the customers like me, they come to office every day, talk to me, they have to do my work. So I said, you should be going out network to meet new people, meet new contracts, right? Not networking in there. So what if you hire somebody to meet all this, build this relationship, and you focus on getting new contracts? If you get like 3 new contracts every month, will your business grow? You say, yeah, sure. So now he's actually finding somebody who pays do sales. So as long you do your research and you go for bigger contracts, right, you can actually hire people to do the main stuff. They are doing like delivery, of course you should be doing that, right? So the key is you must focus on the highest value, and sometimes you doing everything prevents your company from growing. Recognize that. Because you're meant to do more income generating activities. Do you have any questions on that, Harry? What do you think of it? So it's a step-by-step, but let it go. Just let it go. Don't keep doing it. And it's actually very painful for business owners. Because business owners like to hang on to a lot of stuff. But you have to recognize, if you let go, you make more money. Do you want that? If you, so it's hiring the competent staff to take over. And in terms of hiring staff, I would rather you hire someone experienced than someone inexperienced and you train them. The results are different. I tried both ways, completely different. So let's imagine you hire someone for a salesperson for 3,000, right? 3,000, pretty like maybe early 30s, 3,000, right? And she managed all this sales, coordination, creation, finding new clients. If she found new clients, right, she'll cover ROI for you already, right? So you have to always think about return on investment, how much will it come in, right? If you hire this person, the person bring you several contracts every month, you already cover ROI for this person, right? So sometimes you have to take the risk of hiring somebody, because you know that once you hire the person, you can negotiate for bigger contracts, you can target people. So you will also not only wait for people to come to you, you will also profile customers you want. So what's happening is he's got a business, he's very good obviously, the people coming to him, right? So he's waiting around, let's see who come today, let's see who come today, okay, I hope somebody comes today, right? But there are big companies that you want to go after, right? A few of them, right? So you want to, firstly have proper branding, have the operations, and you have maybe a list of 30 companies you want to work with, right? And then you market them slowly, lah. So it's a more proactive way to business. Of course, we learn in online marketing, you get customers, but sometimes the big projects are waiting for you out there, right? And if you go and get one big project, the business dynamics will change completely. So it's not only a passive way, but it's also a proactive way. Who, in my ideal situation, who would I have as a client? And then you go for that. Then you take action to make sure you can deliver on what they want and be a best vendor. So you take information, who's the vendor, and then you go network, meet the marketing person, the responsible person, and you try to get them to hire you. Right? Because no vendor is ever common. So if you get a few big contracts, your life will be much easier, right? So you would then market directly, because what's happening is your profits is depleted by the distributors, right? Yeah. Agencies. Increase of offers, but also you get low profits from the people who market on your behalf, right? So he is making money, but the profit is very low because there are people who market on his behalf and they get a cut of it. Yeah? So what you need to do is need to market directly himself. And because the profits will be more direct, you earn more money. So you have to see your business, right? For any business you have, which sector of the business bring me in more revenue. Then you amplify that, you bring that up. Right? And say that this is good, it's recurring, but really I don't make much. I don't make much of it. It's more work, same revenue. So you have to be very realistic about your business, and you have to be observant about what's happening in your business and constantly interpret it. Because people do businesses without interpreting and they don't know what's good, what's bad. Right? And you have a lot of knowledge, but you never analyze the data. So you need to constantly analyze the data and make sense of it. And then from there, you will have a more viable business. Make sense? Okay, so any questions, Gary? Okay, so can you give Gary a round of applause? Okay, so in a short while, we're going for the sharing session.